the Indie Author Life Show, a space dedicated to sharing the unique stories of authors and creatives within the self-publishing space. My name is MG Hunt, and today I'm here with someone very special. Please welcome to the show Jess from the First Chapter Bookshop. Thank you for
Yay.
coming on this show, Jess. I really
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Jess
Yeah.
Weber, welcome to the show. I
Thank you.
am still riding the high off attending a romantic affair in Adelaide 2026, which was one of my favorite events so far.
Oh, yay.
It was
Thank you.
honestly, it was so special. And maybe a lot of that is also to do with the people that were in the space as well, not just the
Mm.
authors there, but also authors and the vendors and everyone like that. But the type of people that were coming in and buying books and talking to you was just so special. I think Adelaide really
Nice.
turns out. But also, can I just say, the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, awesome. I love it with that.
Right.
Oh,
Amazing.
that big
They
banner.
they are actually very brilliant. So yeah.
They are
Yeah.
so good. And it felt so special to see the book event on those big LED lights, light screen out the front. I was like,
Yes.
we
I
are
know
here.
we've made it.
We've
Everyone
made
keeps
it.
saying to me, I'm not doing a book event at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. I'm like, sorry, let me think of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a book event. I'm performing at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, which just sounds so much cooler. Like, I think it was Helen Walton said that
Yeah.
to me. She's like, I'm performing. I was like, that's amazing. I love that.
I think that is brilliant. I think that those are the moments where you really feel like this is special. This is like,
Yes.
I feel like I'm a part of something big. And that was perhaps one of the reasons why I wanted to apply for ARA26 because I
Mm.
saw how much fun people were having from all of the social media stuff about ARA25. And I got a bit of FOMO.
I mean, I love that. That's great. I really want people to people are paying money. I want people to come in and have an experience, really. And the
Yeah.
community that we have here, not even just Adelaide, because a lot of people came from interstate, even people come from international. Like, it's insane. So, the community that we have here is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, as an author yourself, you see it from the other side of the table, and it's good that you get those vibes as well.
Oh, it was one of the best vibes, but also like, and I know sales don't matter in the grand scheme of things, but it was my best performing event that I'd been to so far. And I was
Hey,
like,
congrats. That's awesome.
thank you. And I have to say that a lot of people felt the same way, that it was like this was something that people wanted to get involved with, not just the authors and the vendors, but the people that were coming to it. You could tell that they were excited. They were showing out. I mean, heck, there were people coming in, I think, on roller skates, I think at some
It was
point.
the roller skate. They lit off as well. It was so cool.
It was really like super special. So kudos to you. Kudos to you, Jess,
Thank
with that. And I
you.
know we'll get into that maybe further down in the questions list
Yes.
and all of that. But besides all of that, I would like to get a little bit of an understanding about yourself. And I'm
Okay.
wondering if you can share with us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and your background.
For sure. So I was born here in Adelaide. I spent majority of my life here. We did move to Queensland when I was like 10, 11, 12. We moved
Wow.
to far north Queensland, and
Wow.
I don't deal well with that heat at all. Like, I
That's
was having
brutal.
nosebleeds every day. Like, it was so,
Oh,
so bad. So we ended up
yeah.
moving back to Adelaide for other reasons as well.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I moved back here when I was 14, I believe.
Mm.
And yeah, I haven't left Adelaide since. And basically, I met my husband through high school, and we didn't get together until I was about 19, something like that. So we've been together since, I'm not going to say my age, but a while,
Wow. Love it, love it, love
a,
it.
a few couple of
Yeah, a
years.
couple of years.
Um, couple of years. But yeah, so we then had our first daughter. So we've got three kids. We had our first daughter, Riley,
Yeah.
settled in, had another daughter. Then the first chapter was sort of born out of a little bit of boredom in my
Mm-hmm.
life, a
Mm.
lot of passion, which obviously you need to have any business.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so yeah, my husband owns a caravan workshop. Um, and
Okay.
I started working for him full time, and I was just caravans aren't for me.
No.
And I was
Can
bored,
understand.
and I was like, I need to do something. So we were actually away in a caravan,
Ah,
of all things.
of all
Yeah,
things.
and of all things, right? But yeah, we were away in a caravan, and I saw this little bookshop, and I can't remember the name of it. It was like the Raven something.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and I said to my husband, like, I want one of these. He's like, well, just do it. I'm like,
Love it.
all right.
How
So he actually
awesome.
came up with a name and everything. So
Did
um
he? I love that.
he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were back and forth going like you need it to be like bookish, but also not too bookish. But then
Yeah.
he said that and I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. First
That's
chapter.
it. That's what we
I love
and it
it.
was always meant to be the first chapter. So
Yeah.
that we could do a second chapter or a third chapter. It's like there's other things that we could do, which a romantic
Mm.
affair, I was going to call the second chapter, but then a romantic affair came to mind. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a great
But
name.
that's how we are here. And then, of course, I had my third baby while having the first chapter, which was very hard, extremely hard.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so yeah,
Mm,
he was
mm,
six
mm.
months old when we opened the bookshop, the actual physical
Wow.
bookshop. So yeah, he would come to work with me every day and it got too hard, so he went to childcare. But yeah, so it was
Yeah.
very family orientated at that point. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that. I think that's so beautiful that your family is also so involved with the business too. I mean, I think I just saw on TikTok, and maybe my TikTok shows me random things. Like, I don't know whether this is what a latest post that I saw, but I saw one from the first chapter, and it was you and your daughter, I think, changing the sofas in the bookshop. And I thought
couches,
the couch
yeah.
looks so
Yeah,
gorgeous. I
they
loved it.
beg me like every second day, can we do a TikTok? Can we do a TikTok? I'm like, if you guys can think of a TikTok to do, because I can't. I hate doing these things. So
Yeah.
if you guys think of something, and then my daughter came up with that, and I was like, I love that. Let's do
That's
it.
so
So she's very
clever.
excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's so fun. And so are your children big readers as well?
My eldest, who was in the video, she is a big reader, so she
Wow.
loves like comics.
Yeah.
I think she's reading like Wings on Fire at the moment, which she's got
Mm.
from the school library. She's very excited to read that. 'Cause she asked for it for Christmas. I bought it and then I lost the package. So,
Oh.
and all on me. I don't know what happened to it. It was at the workshop, like at the bookshop, and then it just went missing. And
Oh. Oh.
so
You're
she's
like,
I got
oh.
it from the school library. But
Okay.
yeah, she's a huge reader. My
Yeah.
middle child has dabbled, but she doesn't have that attention span, unfortunately. She
Yeah.
wants to go run and do other things. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe in her later years she might be, a little bit
Yeah.
of a reader,
I
but
don't think it
yeah,
took my eldest until she was probably about, yeah, 8 or 9
eight or
until she
nine.
started reading, which she's 8 now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you never know. And then your
she's
son
got
is
time.
probably still reading the smaller books, if that's right, or
He will
just
not touch a book. He's not even
wow.
3. Like he won't.
No
He wants
books.
trucks.
Look,
He wants to Hulk smash everything at the moment.
right. So he might be going into the caravan business, perhaps, or the
I think so. Yes, give him some tools and it will
give
be
him some.
daddy's boy and I'll have the girls.
That's it. It works out. It works out that way.
Works
But
out.
you'll just see, because I
100%.
think with reading, sometimes it comes back in waves, and that's like the same in adulthood
Mhm.
as well. Like, I've definitely gone through phases in my life where I just haven't picked up a book for a good
The
couple
book.
of years, and I'm sure that's the same with you with how
Oh,
busy
100%.
life
Life.
can be. Life,
Oh,
which
100%. Like a few years ago, I was reading
yeah,
320 books a year, and now I'm reading like 10 books a year. So I definitely feel that bit of a roller coaster of how
yeah,
many books we read. And yeah,
it just
that's all fine
changes.
anyway. It's all
Yeah.
changes. Yeah.
It all changes, and then there'll be a time
It's
soon
life.
enough, yeah, that you'll be looking at those wonderful bookshelves in the first chapter, and you'll be like, I'll just get into a bit more reading today, or all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I would love that.
yeah, you're inspired by it. You get your book fill every day with all
I
of the
do.
books, yes, which,
I'm very lucky I get to have conversations with readers coming
yeah,
into the shop being like, oh my God, have you read this? Good, no, tell me all about it. And I think that is so
It's
cool.
special.
And I've learned so much about books just by talking to people about them.
Yes.
Like I feel like I've already read them because, they're so passionate about what they've just read or
Yeah.
they're currently reading the book. So I think that's really cool.
That's so, so cool. That is just one of those things where I'm sure that every day is probably a little bit different as well with what you do at the bookshop, which does lead me into this next question that I have for you, which is, can you tell me what a day in the life of Jess looks like, or whether that's what it looks like for a week, or however that you
Mhm.
space your time and things like that?
Yeah, it's a little tricky.
Mm,
Obviously having the three children,
yeah.
they take up a lot of my time. So a normal day would be me taking the kids to school or childcare, and then I go to work at the caravan shop. So I still work there
Yeah.
part-time,
Great.
3 days a week.
Wow.
So that's where, it's also helping my husband not having to hire anybody.
Yeah.
Um, but it's also where I also get my income from,
Hmm.
which I need that
That's right.
to feed my three children.
That's right. Important. Very
With
important.
cycles, it's very
Got
important.
got to feed
So
those mouths.
basically, yeah, oh, they don't stop. So,
Oh no. Mm-mm.
oh no. Um, so yeah, I go to work with that, and then on Thursdays and Fridays, after I finish at the caravan shop, I head upstairs to the bookshop, which is so handy having those together.
Yes.
Um, so I can basically go back and forth doing a downstairs work, upstairs work, and it is a really good balance for me,
Yeah.
having that close by. So yeah, and then I go to the bookshop. The bookshop is, yeah, it changes every day. So some
Hmm.
days this week has been hectic, hectic, crazy busy.
Mm.
I haven't had a moment in time where I haven't had a customer. It's been crazy. Whereas a few weeks back, there was one day I didn't have a customer at all.
Wow. Yep.
Um, that's business, and
Yeah.
it's cold outside, it's raining. I understand completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, every day is so much different and so much variety. So yeah.
That's so cool. That's just like, I was just thinking about the caravan, the job that you do there and work for your husband. That feels like the prologue to the first chapter. Maybe that can
Love
be the
that.
name, the new, like that's the prologue, and then you go up to the first chapter.
Here's my
And
prologue.
yes, here's your prologue. That's just like, a little taster, and then you do the first chapter and you get straight into
First
it. But
chapter.
I love it. I
That's
love it.
awesome.
I think that it's sometimes, I feel like it's really eye-opening and refreshing that you talk about how you have two jobs essentially with this, because
Yes.
that is so relatable for people in the self-publishing bookish world. Like
Yes.
every day I'm at my 9 to 5 as a graphic designer, and the work I do is completely different to the writing and all that stuff, which yes, it does kind of blend into some of the design work that I do for my books and all that stuff, but it is very different to the creative stuff I do. The graphic design stuff I do at work is quite formulaic and layout based and all that stuff. So I can imagine that's very similar to you with doing the work at your husband's business, then you switch into your passion and do the job. And, if you can make money from it, that's awesome. But I think it sounds like it comes from a deep passion of yours to run this bookshop.
It definitely does. I put everything I get back into the business. So, and it's not even just my space, it's a space for everybody, like
Yes.
readers, authors, and yeah, to be able to give that space is amazing. But it's definitely hard to work for the caravan stuff and switch off and then go upstairs and switch on and then switch off. It's as
Oh,
like you said, anyone who's doing the two things, it is very hard to,
yeah.
yeah, navigate this.
Mm.
But we get there.
We get there, and then you've got to switch into mum mode as well. There's
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's just another third
Three
job.
jobs.
3 jobs. That's right.
Three
And
jobs.
you got to have your passion too. But I think that it seems like you've got such a strong foundation where you've got so many people helping you out with this. You've got your passion for running the bookshop that you're not slowing down anytime soon. So it's very, very
Well,
exciting.
I hope not.
No, no, that's right. I mean, heck, we've
No,
got
I don't want to do
ARA,
that.
No, ARA27 probably next year. So, yes,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to organize R27
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah,
there's
right.
just it's been 3 weeks and I need a break
You need a break
because yeah,
for
I need
sure.
a break. I'm
Yeah.
trying to organize, obviously lock things down, but then at the same time I'm like, it just go from one to the other, and that's the fourth job. So
Yes.
I also need a break.
Yes, you've got
Yeah.
a lot. Like, I know that events, I mean, actually, really, I don't know because I don't plan events, but what I can observe is that they are something that goes, maybe you start planning 18 months ahead of time from when it happens. So give yourself time. The readers will come.
Fine, breathe.
That's it. The authors will be
Hopefully.
there. We will be applying.
Yay. That's so awesome. No, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh, I'm so excited as well. Any chance that I can get to go back to Adelaide, like I will take. I don't know, this might be like it's no surprise, but I've talked about this before. Like I love Adelaide. I think that, I know I'm a Melbourne girl, born and bred, but Adelaide, that has a special
Adelaide's
place in my heart.
elite.
It is.
I always say it's like the secret that no one wants to tell
Yeah.
because Adelaide, we go, oh yeah, it's so boring, or
No.
is that not that great here? But no, we love it here because we don't want anyone to come here. We just want to keep it to our little secret because
Yeah, look.
it's elite. It
Honestly.
is, it's not hasn't got the busy
No.
Melbourne vibes, and it's so much easier to navigate, and
Oh,
yeah,
I was driving around the CBD like no one's business when I came to Adelaide. And I
yep,
just thought when I was driving around, like, if I was doing this in Melbourne, I would be freaking out. And I feel for
yeah,
people coming to Melbourne that come from, if you come from Sydney, maybe you have more of an understanding of how hectic it is. But if you're not from Melbourne, it is, no,
no,
uh,
not for me.
no,
I make my
no.
husband drive every single time.
Yes. It's I think that's yeah,
Yeah.
someone has to draw the short straw with that.
And I'm definitely not the one.
No, but look, Melbourne is busy and that's just how it's going to be. It's never going to change that way. There's also an exciting part to it, but when I come to Adelaide,
Oh,
I just feel
absolutely.
like yes, I can just pop down here, quickly go there, get into the heart of things and not feel overwhelmed. And great food in Adelaide as well, and wine.
Amazing. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I don't drink,
Hmm.
so it's pretty.
It's beautiful,
It looks
beautiful.
pretty.
It
Our wineries look beautiful.
they got good food. That's one thing. If you
They
don't drink,
maybe
they
I
got
need
good
to.
food.
I
So
need to investigate, I think.
yeah, you should. Why not? Maybe that could be the second chapter, which is like a little
Oh,
in the
oh,
wine
wine tour.
regions. There could be one in
Oh,
the Barossa
oh,
Valley, and for the people that do love wine and book and wine. Anyway, you know what?
yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
we're
okay. Let me
just
write this
yeah,
down.
write it down, just re-listen to this episode. Yeah, we've got your business plan sorted out for the next
Love that. Thank you for doing that for me.
yeah, no worries, no worries. But you know what? With new ideas and exciting things that happen, this kind of does lead me into my other question that I have for you, which is if you
Yes.
can boil it down to maybe three key moments or important moments that have happened along your journey with creating the First Chapter Bookshop, what would those three highlight moments be?
Oh, this was very hard. I'm gonna say my top one was our opening day.
Yeah.
Um, so we opened, oh shit, it's when I was at like 11th, 13th of January 2024.
Wow.
Um,
That's
and
yeah.
I think my favorite part of that day was seeing the shock on my husband's face because I was going, I need more books. And he's like, you don't need more books. You'll be fine. I was like, no, I need more books and I need more of this. And he's like, no, you'll be fine. Like, how many people are gonna come? Like 30, 40? I was like, I don't know, but like I need more. And
Mm.
him opening the roller door on that day being like, oh my God, like I can't even explain how big the line was. Like it was as big as Ara. Like it was huge. And it went all the way down a block of buildings. And we had people from like the end buildings come out, walk down and be like, hey, like what is happening right now? Because they had no idea what was going on. There's just a bunch of women just standing
Yep,
in a line.
yep.
And my husband was like, I think you needed more books. I told you that. I
Famous
told
last
you all this
words.
was happening. Famous last words,
I
right?
need
And I
more
was
books.
like, okay. And like I think we had 10 signing authors on the day downstairs,
Wow.
and it was just a phenomenal day. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that was probably my most favorite top of
Yeah.
the three.
Oh, beautiful.
It was just like a little peek into what our lives in the first chapter were going to be like, because
Yeah.
yeah, my husband didn't realize. He was like, oh, 10, 20, 30 people, that's awesome. And even that would have made my day. I would have been like,
Absolutely.
that's awesome. But then
Yeah.
I think we went through numbers and it was in the hundreds. I think it was
Oh,
400 that we think came in. Like we
wow.
couldn't even put a number to it. So
How
yeah,
special.
it was hectic. So that would
Yeah.
definitely be my top.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Amazing.
say my second would be all of the internal signings that I have done. So
So special.
I li- I know I
Yeah.
love to work with authors who are doing their debut or maybe their second book, and they're local Adelaide people.
Yes.
I've had Kate in for a signing and
Yay.
doing that sort of stuff where she's like, there is 40, 50 people at the door waiting for me and they all want a piece of my book, and
Yeah.
being able to have that space to host that. Um, yeah, I think I like that. And we've done a couple of bigger signings in the shop with Hannah Cowan, TL
Yeah.
Swan, and
It's
Kate
amazing.
James as well.
Kate
I
James. Yeah.
think
Oh, and the other Kate before
re
for the listeners was Kate Louise. Is that right?
Kate Louise,
Kate
sorry,
Louise. Sorry.
yeah,
Yes.
Kate
Just so
Louise,
you know,
yeah,
different Kate. Yeah.
different one. Um, so yeah, having, the space to provide a signing
Yeah.
of those, like Hannah Cowan, she came from Canada. She went to
Oh,
Babe in Sydney and then flew out to the first chapter and then got on a plane and flew back so she could fly back to Canada. So she literally came to the
wow.
shop or came to Adelaide just to meet her fans, and
Oh,
like to be able to have that space
yeah.
to host and give that to the community. I
Beautiful.
think, that makes one of my top three moments. But I'm going to
Beautiful.
say my third one. I had a customer come in and there was no one else in the shop. And I think she's very happy that there was no one else in the shop because she came in and she started crying.
Oh,
She was like, I cannot believe I didn't know there was a bookshop like this around.
wow.
And she was so incredibly thankful and happy. And she's been in
Oh,
multiple times now, less crying.
oh,
But she walked in with tears in her eyes. She was like, I
oh my
don't like none of
God.
my friends read these types of books. I don't have anyone to talk to about it.
Wow.
And it really like I was like, okay,
Just
this is
got
why I'm
you.
doing it. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I was like, this is exactly
Wow.
why I do this. And it might be like a little passion project, but like it's someone else's life that they're like, okay, this I can go here, or I can go speak to someone here about books and get recommendations. And for her to do that, I just,
How
yeah,
special.
really, really hit well.
Wow. Wow. I mean, who can, it blows my mind. Like, how can you beat any of those moments? Like, wow. They're just, what a fantastic set of three big moments that have happened so far at the bookshop because you
I
never
mean,
know
we've only
what's going to
been
happen.
open for what is
Two
that, a
and a
year
half.
and a half?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, year
Yeah.
and a
So yeah,
half.
yeah. So
My mind.
imagine what another year and a half is going to be like.
That's right. That's right. And I think
Yeah.
anyone who's traveling to Adelaide as well, or, if you're in the Adelaide area, you've got to check out the First Chapter Bookshop Festival. I know that's a big plug, and I'll plug you more towards the end. But
Thank you so
I
much.
it's just so encouraging to hear that people are so passionate about books and reading and stories and feel like there is a space for them to come into and feel welcomed. And anytime I see a new bookshop opening anywhere in Australia, I just feel so excited that yes, we've
Yes.
got another avenue for people to come into and feel that sense of community that these type of books, especially the romance books, bring with people, especially women. And I think, when you made a point about the lines of women lining up on that first day, like it is female dominated in this space, which is special. And of course, that's not to say that, anyone can join the lines and all that,
Oh,
but
exactly.
there's something very special about having that sort of connection with a similar minded, getting the gals together and just going down to the bookshop. That is special, and you've facilitated that. And I think that's what a lot of bookshops should be aiming to do, is to facilitate community. So
Yes.
exciting that you've been able to do that. And we'll just have to see what the next lot of years will bring for the First Chapter Bookshop and all of your world, Jess. It's just so, so exciting to see.
Oh,
I do want to pick your brain a little bit about maybe discussing how important indie authors are in the literary world, and what role do you see your bookshop playing in facilitating that community? I know that's a big question. We can
it
break it down.
is. Break it down.
We can
No,
break it down.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Um, I think people, and especially traditionally published publishers, I should say,
Yeah.
are realizing what indie authors are doing. You can tell that by the way they're picking up so many indie authors and giving them traditionally publishing rights, which is amazing. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're getting picked up left, right, and center. And
Yep.
I think that what our shop and many other shops, especially indie bookshops, what we're doing is housing a voice for those authors that instead of them marketing a book on TikTok, they could be in a bookshop and people can go and see the book and actually physically touch and read the back of it, read the blurb. Um, so I think giving, having an indie bookshop is giving a voice to those authors.
Yep.
So, they can get their books out there, and that's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah. It's so important. And it was one of the best moments, I think, in my short-ish author career. I mean, I say short, but I started in 2014. No, 2024. 2014, that'd be great. I was at that point. But um, when I first, this was a different bookshop in, it was just a little one in Bendigo, Victoria, the Woodland Collection, and they took on my short story because I just had a short story at the moment, at that time, and the absolute joy that I felt knowing that my book was in a bookshop blew my mind. So I
Amazing, isn't it?
love when you talk about bringing the joy of, or facilitating a place where indie authors can come and have their books stocked in a place that will um, it, cherish them and promote them and make them feel important. And of course, they're important to us, but I think that stereotype uh, remains, where there seems to be a hierarchy between traditionally published books, self-published books, and
Yes.
hopefully that hierarchy will be
And I think it
destroyed.
is leveling it out. I feel like it's
Yeah.
always going to be traditionally published because people,
Yeah.
they see the name brand, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
When you're going Gucci versus Kmart in their mind.
Yeah.
So they're seeing that and it's so stupid. I don't
Yeah.
understand. So that's, where a part of my passion where indie came because I was like, these books that I'm reading are better than I've read before. And I've read all the traditionally published stuff. And I'm finding that I've got people coming into the shop being like, I've never been here before. I've read off campus. I've read all of the ones that are on the shelf at QBD, BW, Kmart. They've read all those.
Hmm.
What's next? And traditionally published is only this big, whereas independently published is
Yeah.
countless, countless books. And
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like people are missing out if they're just going to read traditionally published books. They're missing out on so many amazing authors and amazing stories. So that's
You
their
said
fault.
it here first. That is exactly my thoughts as well. And it's funny that you brought up, like, the comparison between Gucci and Kmart, because in my mind, I think about traditionally published books and you just go, well, you can find those at Kmart. You can find them at
Yeah.
Kmart. You can't find
Yep,
the
I
self-published
get
book.
you.
You got to go to Gucci for that.
You gotta go. You gotta swap it around.
And I think that's important to show how bespoke and how special the tradition. Sorry, of course, traditionally published books are special as well. But
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
I
with the
think
self.
they all have their place, and
That's right.
to segregate those, it's not okay. Put them together.
Yes, yes, there is a
Mhm.
place for all, and there are so
Absolutely.
many wonderful stories that need to be told. And, sometimes I see some discourse online, which I don't agree with, like how, you know, there's statements around how the book literary world is becoming quote unquote oversaturated with self-published books. And I totally disagree with that because we don't I don't think anyone is slowing down with reading new stories. I think that there shouldn't ever feel like a limit to how many stuff is out there. Now, it's funny that people say that as well because when you look at traditional publishing, sometimes that feels a lot more like mass produced marketing because they will be following and wanting to get certain books and themes out there that are kind of repetitive, and you kind of don't seem to see that with self-publishing. It's a little bit more individual. So
It
nothing like two.
is.
I definitely have that going because that's my worst nightmare to not see
That would
the.
be awful, wouldn't it?
Because I was like, this chat is just amazing. And I had this like panic when I pressed like end and then the usual converting meeting didn't pop up. And I was like, oh my God, no, no, but it's doing it now.
Do
We're
that
good.
again. It's all good.
We're good. We're good. Um, I think that we pretty much you answered the question that I had there for you about the importance of indie authors and in the bookshop. So I'm happy to move on to the next question that I have for you, which is around. So the next question that I have for you is I would love to get a little bit into the behind the scenes of ARA, a romantic affair. I'm wondering if you can give us an insight and only what you're willing to share. Maybe could you let us know what are some of the things that people might not know about when it comes to planning such an amazing, incredible, fantastic event like your ARA? Because yeah, I don't have enough positive words to describe it, but yes, take it away.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. I just want to start off by saying I had never done an event before. The biggest event before this was my child's birthday. So so I had no idea. And
Wow.
I didn't realize how much was behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm not going to say it's a full-time job because
Yeah.
I, it's not. I'm going to say it's a part-time job, and it's hours of thinking, hours of research. So much goes into it. Like the Adelaide Entertainment Centre are phenomenal. Obviously,
Yes.
they do a lot bigger events and they host so many great, amazing artists.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing, which
Mm-hmm.
has helped me. But they are very
Mm.
strict on things.
Yep.
So, they're strict on food coming in, they're
Yep.
strict on insurances. They've
Yep.
got their policies and protocols that they go through. So
Yeah.
a lot of the background noise that nobody else hears is just those little crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And I like to make sure that everything I do is perfect.
Yeah.
Um, so when, creating these events, you got to think of how much time am I going to be putting into visualizing a room? And for
Yes.
someone who is a visual person,
Hmm.
it's super, super hard to visualize a room where you've got 760 readers, and then you've got 200 authors, vendors, and their assistants. So it's like 1,000 people you've got to visualize, as well as tables, chairs, all that sort of stuff. So
Oh, it's
it's
hectic.
definitely mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
But when I do these events, I want people to first of all enjoy themselves.
Yes.
That's my main priority. But
Yeah.
walk into the room and go, oh, wow. Like I want that like peace, I don't want them to walk into a room and go like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a room. So that's why, I've done the drapes, which
Yeah.
let me tell you, they cost a lot of money for the drapes.
But they
They
look
cost like
stunning.
they're stunning and it's
Yes.
worth it.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely worth it. Like I had them last year. I didn't
Mm.
have the chandelier last year. I just had the drapes because I couldn't afford the chandelier.
Yep.
So this year I've gone, I need that chandelier because I need to step it up.
That's it.
And I'm glad I did, but the chandelier is an extra on the top of it. Like it's a lot of you got budgeting, marketing. There's so many little things. But I think the biggest time was definitely the little things that
Yeah.
no one really thinks of. But I'm not thinking of them right now, so I can't give
No.
many examples. But it's definitely
Yeah.
catering for, say, 1,000 people.
1,000
And
people. Oh,
1,000 people of catering, but you've got to, in my head, I'm like, I've got to make 1,000 people happy, but
oh,
really, I've got to make as many of those, if that's 99% of those people happy,
that's
then I'm
it.
happy.
That's
So
it.
I feel like, my passion and need to have everything perfect probably stressed me out a little bit more than
Oh
I should have
God,
been.
yeah. Oh God,
But,
yeah. Yeah.
but like it's definitely hard because you've got like Rare and Babe and those bigger ones where they've got teams. They've
Yes.
got teams, they've got marketing, they've got all the teams to sort it out. And it's just me doing this. So
That
and
astounds
I bounce off
me.
my friends. But
Oh
yeah,
my
I sometimes send a
God.
message been like, blue or green, and they'll be like, yeah, blue. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
they definitely do help me as in talking me off the ledge. But
Yeah.
it's it
Mm,
it is difficult and back and forthing with people and authors and venue stuff and event stuff and yeah, it is a lot,
it's a lot.
definitely.
It blows my mind that it really is just you because my other question was going to be, do you have a team behind you? And the short answer is no.
No. I've got my husband and my besties who,
Yeah,
I bounce off of them, but they've also got their own lives
that's it.
and they've got their own kids.
And so
Like
do
it's like
you. You've got your own life too. I,
got to, bombard them. So I try to do most of it by myself, but it's just yeah, talking me off the ledge on a few things. Being like, am I being silly about this? Please, digest this for me. So they definitely, they're brilliant, and I couldn't have done it without them. So
yeah.
yeah.
That is just incredible. Truly, like I feel so um like I just cannot get my head around how it is pretty much just you running that event because yeah, from my author experience, it was not only one of the best organized that I've been to, but also it was just such a great atmosphere that you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. And it's your brainchild. Actually, you know what? Just pause 1 second because I'm going to bring something over that I can see on my
No, you're
bookshelf. Give me 1 second. And I
good.
showed this to my friend SK Stapper, who lives in Melbourne as well, who's another author. I think she did she attend last year? I know she wasn't there this year, but anyway, I she was over and I showed her this, which was all of these beautiful A Romantic Affair author signs, which, I've never received a beautiful sign like this before. And she was like, oh my God, that is so like um, bespoke and special for authors to have one of these. And I said, that is a romantic affair for you. It makes you feel special. And then I've got my little lanyard as well, of
The
course, that I
badge.
love. Yes,
So
that. And
the
yeah,
table signs actually came off of I'm not going to say the event name, but I went to
yep,
an event as a vendor and they
yeah,
had a piece of paper on the table,
right.
like an A4 piece of paper. And I had paid a lot of money to go to this event, and I know other people had paid more money. And
Hmm,
I was like, there was nothing else going on.
no,
And when I was doing this event, I was like, nah, we're going to go all out and make people be seen
yeah,
because, we talk about the consumers or the readers coming in and, they've paid money and they get the value for money by getting to see the authors and books and all that. But also people don't understand how much money authors pay to attend these events. So not only are they
Absolutely.
paying their table fee, but to get there, they've got
Yeah.
a car, a hotel, all of
Yeah.
that things, let alone buying their books to sell on the day that they might not even sell.
True.
So obviously that's a huge thing where pre-orders come in, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of authors who didn't have enough pre-orders that they were like stressing out that they didn't have enough pre-orders. They end up selling like 100 and something books on a day. So
Hmm.
in saying all of that, like it is for the authors as well to be able to go, wow,
Oh,
and
yeah.
have the cool table signs that you get to keep as well. So, I
Yes.
love doing them and I'm never ever going to stop that. Like I wish I could make them bigger, but
Oh,
like obviously table
gotta take it
sizes, it's
home.
hard.
I had to put this in my luggage because yes, I was one of those authors that had to plan my accommodation and all that stuff, which is something that you keep in mind. But also, I will say that this is an artwork by, is it Belinda Hamilton, who's done this? Love it. Love, love, love her stuff. Very detail oriented with all of her illustrations. I just love it as a fellow illustrator myself. Like, love seeing her stuff. So excellent choice there. And she,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
I don't think I'll ever use another artist unless
absolutely.
I wanted a different vibe, which I don't think I'll
Exactly.
ever do. Her vibe is my vibe.
It
So we worked
fits.
really well together.
Yes, and that's another question that I was going to think about too, is that do you have any like studies or not studies, like have you ever done any graphic design course or like marketing or anything? Because everything is well, from my graphic design opinion, it's all on brand. It all looks so good.
You.
And especially with the illustrations and getting Belinda involved, like truly, I think that her stuff, her illustration is so, it just fits romance so well. So I'm blown away that you don't have any formal qualifications and yet you've got such an eye for aesthetics.
I definitely don't.
Yeah.
But I grew up loving like interior design and colors and like
Yeah.
I can visualize rooms where other people can't, and I'm very, very
Mm.
lucky in that sense.
Yeah.
My phone just fell down.
No, that's all
Um,
good.
so yeah, I'm very lucky in that sense where I can visualize something. And I mean, in saying that, those lanyards probably took me a good 4 or 5 hours
Yeah.
to do. So like those are those little things that we're talking about before that like people don't realize. Like I couldn't just slap on a name on it. It needs to be a brand.
Needs to be a
And that
brand.
brand
Yeah.
needs to continue on every single thing that we do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd walk in and be like, that's mismatched, or it just doesn't seem right. But
True. True.
that, yeah, those actually took me quite a while to
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah,
No, but it pays
go pretty
off.
tailored just to get there, but it pays off. It definitely does. And it's, yeah,
Yeah.
the love.
The love for it and the passion. And, I will say, like, it would, even though I've got tertiary qualifications in graphic design, it still would have taken me a decent amount of time to get this right. So, the fact that you've got the time and the passion to do it is amazing. And it just reinforces that you don't need to have all these fancy degrees or all that stuff to just go in and do something that you love. I mean, case in point with writing, I don't have any creative writing degrees and all that stuff, but still just go ahead and do it. And I love how
Give
these
it a
kind of
go.
give it a go. It's becoming more accessible to follow your passions and just give something a go. You don't have to worry about having any sort of qualification. And that was another thing I was going to ask as well. Like, you don't have any event management background or anything like that. I just, wow, wow. And you've
I did my
managed to do
kids'
this.
birthday parties when they were growing up.
Yeah.
Planned my wedding.
I can still, well, it's funny you bring up weddings because it does probably feel like planning a wedding. I don't know whether you can put two
It
and two
kind of
together with that.
does,
Mm.
but our wedding, I think we had 38 guests.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Right. So very
very
different.
small scale. Very, very small scale. But
Yeah.
like the vendors and like that sort of stuff, yeah, it is on
Yeah.
the same page. But no, I haven't had any training. I think doing it, like I say this all the time, I love event planning. I love
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
It's stressful as hell,
Hmm.
but I love
So
doing it.
rewarding.
So it is rewarding. And
Yeah.
when I'm standing at a romantic affair and people are like, how did you do this? Or, talking
Yeah.
to me about it, I'm like, I just love doing it. I don't even think about it. I just do it because it's something I enjoy. So
Wow. I'm
yeah.
so inspired. I'm so inspired hearing about this because again, I just loved ARA and I am gunning for ARA27. I'm gunning for
Hey,
it. I'll be there. I'll be there. What inspired you to put on a book event, given that you have, you know, a lot of other things going on in your world, but yet was there some sort of like pull in your heart that you were like, I want to do this? Was that how this kind of started?
it was sort of.
Yeah.
But since when we did the opening day and had, I think there was 10 authors, um, the authors themselves and also a lot of people coming into the shop were just being like, you need to do an event, even if it's just like a
Ah,
smaller event. I was like, well, I'm not doing a small. We go big or go
go
home. We're
big or
doing a
go
big one.
home. Love it.
So I think that's where last year's one, the 2025 ARA started, was just the demand. And
Mm,
we have things in Adelaide, like we do get things, but we don't have a lot of things.
no.
Like Sydney have obviously the main is Sydney and Melbourne.
Yep.
So for Adelaide, obviously, Adelaide's we're small.
Yeah.
I think they call us like a country town compared to other
Oh, it's
places.
crazy.
But
Yeah.
it's insane. There's so many people here and so many readers, and it's easy for people to come over from Melbourne. Like
Yeah, it certainly
it's
is.
it is. So yeah,
Wow. So that was you saw the demand and you thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it.
I can do that. I can
I
do
can do
that,
that.
not realizing how hard it is. But there's definitely a demand. I mean, it just
Yeah.
shows when put on an event where I can't remember how many tickets were sold. It was 766 or something tickets. And I was
Wow.
getting messages daily being like, I want tickets, I can't get them. Are they coming up for resale? And I was like, I could have, I wouldn't have because
Yeah.
the room we had couldn't. Like even the Adelaide Entertainment Centre was like on the day you could have had 500 more people in here. I was like, I
It's
could have had
hard.
500 more people in here, but I'm not
Mm.
in the business of making money just to like out of 500 more people. That's $80 tickets for 500 people. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that to make other people feel uncomfortable. I'd rather make people feel
Mm.
comfortable and want to return
Yeah.
and get their money's
Mm.
worth. And yeah, so I think the demand definitely pushed me, and having people come into the store and being like, I enjoyed the opening day, you should do that. It really pushed me. And then 2026 came, and now we're looking at 2027. So it'll go so quickly.
Goes so quickly. I love that. It really is giving me um, the character Elle Woods from Legally Blonde, getting into Harvard, and she's like, "What? Like it's hard?" Like that's the
Yeah,
energy that I'm getting from this because from my perspective, the thought of organizing a book event fills me with a lot of dread. And that's just because that's just something that, I just kind of go, oh, okay, I don't know. I don't feel like I would be, able to do it. I just don't think so. But you were like, no, no, I've done a little book event opening. Well, I say little, but it really wasn't little. I've done this before. Let's just do,
yeah.
let's just do,
Bigger
something
scale. Let's do it
bigger
10
scale.
times.
Yeah, no problem. And I love that you put the comfort of the attendees and authors in high priority because we appreciate it too. Of course, if you wanted to prioritize and have more people in, that is totally at your discretion, but we appreciate it. I think that it was a perfect number. Sales were amazing. So at the end of the day,
Exactly. 500 more people would have stressed everyone out. So
yeah, it would have stressed. Yeah, everyone
I
had
was
been
like,
like,
no.
yeah, and even probably the food vendors probably would have stressed, felt a bit
Yeah.
stressed as well.
Which
And
they
mm,
did terribly on that day, and
yeah,
we've had words. So, like,
yep,
unfortunately, they did terribly in 2025, and they did terribly in 2026. And I told them, you don't want to piss off hungry women.
that's
And what did
right.
they do? Twice they pissed off hungry women. So, 2027 is, probably not going to be at Adelaide Entertainment Centre for a
Mm,
few reasons. One being
yep,
they really let us down on food,
yeah,
and that is not
totally.
okay. People need to eat and have a
Yep,
break.
yep,
But the other thing is we need a bigger room. and they
Oh,
have a bigger room, but it's only accessible by stairs. So no,
oh,
not a thing
no, no, no,
I'm
no.
doing.
Yes.
Um, so
Mm.
yeah, we are looking at a different venue, which is
Mm.
also another stress
Another
to add
challenge.
to another challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're hoping that we can have a bigger room, more
Yeah.
people for next year, and yeah, have fun. That's the main thing.
Wow, that is, I mean, I feel that's very exclusive that, I've heard some things about that. That is so, so, so
Secret? No.
exciting. Gosh, I really
Yeah.
have to, I better look online for some tickets for Adelaide very soon because I'll have to fly. Yeah, I'm very,
Yeah.
getting so excited, but
Book it in now.
I gotta book it in now. I'm coming to Adelaide. Any excuse, really, any excuse to travel. I love to
Maybe.
get around. Yes, exactly. But look, we have been chatting about so many wonderful things here today. I have another little random question for you before I start to wrap up this wonderful chat that we've had. Jess, have you ever considered writing a book yourself?
No. No, I'm illiterate. I can't. I
Really?
know.
Well, you can
I
hold
obviously we
events.
have I I don't want a fifth job. No, I think
Yeah.
that I could come up with some great ideas, and I like bouncing ideas off with other authors when, they're stuck or they're like, I'm confused. And I love doing that.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like it is me or my passion.
Yeah.
And I stress about things being perfect, like we said before. And if I bring something out and it's not perfect to me, that would be it, the end of
Yeah.
it. So I
You,
just, yeah, I
yeah,
don't think it's for me.
totally. I totally understand that. Look, you
Mhm.
already do so much, so much. So
I don't want another.
you don't need to do another. There's always places, but you are part of the author community anyway. You might not be an author, but you're part of us. You're
You
part
adopt
of
me anyway.
Exactly, exactly. You're a lover, you're an appreciator, and you are an arbiter of amazing events and a curator and someone who is passionate about the indie author life. And it's so inspiring to hear all of your passions. And I've just, I know I'm going to walk away from this interview today feeling so happy that I've chatted to you and heard all this wonderful passions that have come from your being, because I just love it when people follow their dreams and just make it happen. I just think it's so, so exciting. So I can't thank you enough for that, Jess, for making
Oh,
me feel
thank you.
so inspired. I just
So
love
many
it.
kind words.
Oh, it's the truth. It's the truth. And yeah, I
Appreciate
just
it.
so, so, so excited for what's happening next. So that brings me to my last question that I have for you today. Can you
Yeah.
tell us what is the future for the First Chapter Bookshop slash Jess? I know we talked about ARA27, but what's ahead? What do you have any plans for what's happening in the bookshop?
True. We have a little secret that I've been holding on to.
Oh
But we
goodness.
are extending the bookshop a little bit,
It's
by
amazing.
about, I don't remember how many meters, but it's
Oh,
going out a little bit. So we're going to have a whole area for sitting and chilling, and then we're going to have the bookshop on the other side, which no one knows about. So this is going to be like hard, hard launch.
thank
But
you
that's
for sharing
happening.
that.
That's okay. That's happening soon. And we are currently renting our facility at the moment.
Yeah.
And in the future, Luke and I would like to build and
Bye.
buy our own property. So we're really driving towards having his caravan shop and then having my bookshop. So it's we have put off looking at the moment for any further rental opportunities for the first chapter because it is upstairs. It's not accessible. It is
Yeah.
absolutely awful, and I hate that fact.
Yeah.
Um, so we, are trying to think long term, what are we going to do? So if we, build somewhere or even just buy established commercial property, he can
Yeah.
be there and then I can build my own bookshop on the side so that it will be accessible. But
Yeah.
obviously, if we're renting somewhere, which
I can't.
is 60, 50, $60,000 a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
that I cannot afford.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it for us. So at the moment, we're going to just be extending the bookshop a little bit, making more room. And then hopefully in the next year, hopefully not two, maybe a little bit less,
Yeah.
we will be moving and uh, be able to have hopefully a bigger shop
Oh,
as well as more accessible because yeah, I don't like
yeah.
the fact that it's not accessible to everyone.
Totally.
And it is awful. I hate those stairs, but at the moment, it's all we can do. It's all we can afford. And
Yeah.
yeah, we're just thinking long term at the moment. So really exciting that I've got a contractor coming in what is the date? In 4 weeks to smash down a couple of walls for me and build some more. I'm so excited. I hate
Amazing.
painting, but we're gonna have to paint.
That's okay.
But
We can
yeah,
get through it.
very exciting. We can get through it, right? I'll
Through
just
it.
be like, oh no,
Oh.
Luke, you're up.
Yeah, you can do that. Thank you. Thank you. I just need to sell those books, please.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
watch the kids.
Yep.
So
You
yeah.
can do that. That's just your choice. Wow. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that preview as well. And so
Yeah.
many people will be so excited to check out the massive new exciting things happening at the First Chapter Bookshop. So, with that, I should ask you to plug yourself as well. Where can people find the bookshop, either
Mhm.
physically, online, wherever? Let us know where you can get in contact with the bookshop.
For sure. So, yeah, the bookshop is obviously, we said it a million times, the First Chapter Bookshop. We are located at Unit 2, 15 Sturton Road in Edinburgh, in South Australia. And our website is www.thefirstchapter.com.au. And our
Perfect.
socials are at the First Chapter Bookshop.
Yes, yes. Please check it out, everyone. If you're in Adelaide, you have no excuse not to go visit. And for people
I'm pretty
traveling,
cool.
just go, you add it to your itinerary. You're going to go to the wineries, and you're going to go into the CBD, but you're also going to the First Chapter Bookshop. So add that to
Absolutely.
your list. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Jess, for sharing
You.
all of your incredible insights and passions for your beautiful bookshop, your amazing author events. You continue to be a trailblazer in this space, and I mean that with every fiber of my being. I'm just so excited to see what happens next. So, thank you for coming on the show today.
No worries. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun. I love
My
doing these.
my pleasure, my pleasure. Thank you so much for listening or watching the Indie Author Life show. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to know more about some of our other fantastic authors and other creatives in the indie author space, please check out our Substack, which is Indie Author Life Show. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a like, a follow, subscribe to hear more about stories from the indie author self-published space. Finally, if you want to know more about the books that I write under the name MG Hunt, you can check out my books Still Waters Run Deep and Ilara and the Passing on my website, which will be in the show notes below. Thanks so much for tuning in, and hope to see you in the next episode. Take care.